Tame. So, in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month, Badass Women of Herstory is Isabel Angelica Allende Yona. Born in Lima, August 2nd, and that's in Chile, South America, and she's a writer. Allende, whose work sometimes contain aspects of the genre magical realism, is known for novels such as The House of the Spirits in 1982 and City of the Beasts in 2002, which have been commercially successful. Allende has been called the world's most widely read Spanish language author. In 2004, Allende was inducted into the American Academy of Arts and Letters, and in 2010, she received Chile's National Literature Prize. President Barack Obama awarded her the 2014 Presidential Medal of Freedom. Pretty tight. Allende's novels are often based upon her personal experience and historical events and pay homage to the lives of women while weaving together elements of myth and realism. Kind of want to read this book. She has lectured and toured many U.S. colleges to teach literature. Fluent in English, Allende was granted United States citizenship in 1993, having lived in Cali since 1989. First with her American husband, from whom she is now divorced. Allende was born in Lima, Peru, the daughter of Francisca Yona Barros, called Doña Panchita, the daughter of Agustin Yona Cuevas and Isabel Barros Moreira, of Portuguese descent, and Tomás Allende, who was at the time a second secretary at the Chilean embassy. Her father was a first cousin of Salvador Allende, president of Chile from 70 to 73. In 1945, after Tomás left them, Isabel's mother relocated with her 3 children to Santiago, Chile, where they lived until 1953. In 1953, Allende's mother married Ramón Udibro, and the family moved often. Huidobro was a diplomat appointed to Bolivia and Beirut. In Bolivia, Allende attended an American private school, and in Beirut, Lebanon, she attended an English private school. The family returned to Chile in 1958, where Allende was also briefly homeschooled. In her youth, she read widely, particularly the works of William Shakespeare. In 1970, Salvador Allende appointed Huidobro as ambassador to Argentina. While living in Chile, Allende finished her secondary studies and met engineering student Miguel Frias, whom she married in 1962. They had 2 children, a son and a daughter. Reportedly, Allende married early into an Anglophile family and a kind of double life. At home, she was the obedient wife and mother of 2. In public, she became, after a spell translating Barbara Cartland, a moderately well-known TV personality, a dramatist, and a journalist on a feminist magazine. Phone's about to die. Man, I'm about to fly. All right. From 59 to 65, Allende worked with the United Nations Food and Agricultural Organization in Santiago, then in Brussels, and elsewhere in Europe. For a short time in Chile, she also had a job translating romance novels from English to Spanish. However, she was fired for making unauthorized changes to the dialogue of the heroines to make them sound more intelligent, as well as altering the Cinderella ending to allow the heroines to find more independence and do good in the world. That's fucking badass. Allende's and Frias' daughter Paula was born in 1963. She died in 92. In 66, Allende again returned to Chile, where her son Nicolas was born that year. 73, Salvador Allende was overthrown in a coup led by General Augusto Pinochet. Isabel found herself arranging the safe passage for people on the wanted list, which she continued to do until her mother and stepfather narrowly escaped assassination, when she herself was added to the list and began receiving death threats. She fled to Venezuela, where she stayed for 13 years. It was during this time that Allende wrote her debut novel, The House of the Spirits, in 82, which came out in 82. Allende has stated that her move from Chile made her a serious writer. I don't think I would be a writer if I had stayed in Chile. I would be trapped in the chores and the family and the person that people expected me to be. Allende believed that being female in a patriarchal family, she was not expected to be a liberated person. Her history of oppression and liberation is thematically found in much of her fiction, where women contest the ideals of patriarchal leaders. In Venezuela, she was a columnist for El Nacional, a major national newspaper. In 1978, she began a temporary separation from Miguel Frias. She lived in Spain for 2 months, then returned to her marriage. She divorced her first husband, Miguel Frias, in 87. During a visit to California on a book tour in 88, Allende met her second husband, California attorney and novelist William C. Willie Gordon. They married in July of 88. In 94, she was awarded the Gabriela Mistral Order of Merit, the first woman to receive this honor. Allende resides in San Rafael, California. Most of her family lives nearby with her son, his second wife, and her grandchildren just down the hill in the house she and her second husband vacated. She separated from Gordon in April of 2015. See, a callback to earlier, soulmates. I don't know if it's true. In 2006, she was one of the 8 flag bearers at the opening ceremony of the Winter Olympics in Turin, Italy. She presented the Talk Tales of Passion at TED in 2007. And in 2008, Allende received the honorary degree, Doctor of Humane Letters from San Francisco State University for her distinguished contributions as a literary artist and humanitarian. Literary artist and humanitarian. I'm trying not to run out of battery. In 2014, Allende received the honorary degree of Doctor of Letters from Harvard University for her contributions to literature. In 2019, she married Roger Kukras, a lawyer from New York. Allende started the Isabel Allende Foundation on the 9th of December, 96, in honor of her daughter, Paola Frias Allende, who fell into a coma after complications of the disease porphyria, which led to her hospitalization. Paula was 29 when she died in 92. The foundation is dedicated to supporting the programs that promote and preserve the fundamental rights of women and children to be empowered and protected. Wow. I didn't know she got fired for adding those badass endings and making the women sound more intelligent when translating the novels to Spanish. Was it to Spanish or was it to English? Yeah, from English to Spanish, and she would make the women sound smarter. That's fucking dope, man. Unauthorized, though. That's what you got fired. But shit, it didn't matter to her. It just shows you can... If you can do it once, you can do it again. You can start all over, my friend.